first act when defending.
I think it's like.
People deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian. Man. Come on. As Ian Wright just said there, people deluded, I'm back again. As you can see above my head, Bournemouth 0, Arsenal 4, Arsenal 4, Bournemouth 0. And what can I say? I'm a happy lad. There isn't too much to say. I think it was a quality performance. I think we managed the game well, especially when Bournemouth were, I wouldn't say they put us under the cosh, but they looked a bit confident. As I said, 3 points is the main thing. Good reaction from the North London derby. And in general, 4 points dropped. Considering the fact that we've won, City have actually dropped points, it makes Sunday interesting. The only bad thing about the game is you hope, you know, Saka coming off after feeling his leg, nothing serious there. But it's nice to react to the disappointing performance last week. It's nice to score 4 goals. It's nice to get a clean sheet. And it's nice to get 3 points, really. Short, sweet, and simple. What can I say, really? You know, Bournemouth, they're struggling. They haven't got a win all season. You saw the fans leaving towards the end of the game. You didn't want this to be a game where, you know, they get some confidence from. And in many ways, I don't think they deserve to lose 4-0, but we put them to the slaughter. And I might be a bit weird for saying this, although I think we scored 4 goals. I think we could have put Neto under more pressure. I think we could have created more chances. I think we could have done our thing in that regards. But I'm happy. You know, Eddie Nketiah needs to sort out his decision-making in the final third, but he had a hand in the first 2 goals. It's obviously lovely to see Kai Havertz bag, and it's lovely from his teammates to let him take that. Technically, I think Odegaard's got a goal and assist, if I remember, for Benjamin White's goal. When you lot find out why VAR even dared to look at that game, just because it's probably boring for them sitting in Stockley Park, you lot let me know. When you're as good as Benny Blanco, you don't need to watch football. But yeah, man, Odegaard goal and assist, Saka on the score sheet, you know, Jesus quality performance. Nice to see Havertz score and ultimately win the game. I thought Smith Rowe's got Neto made 2 bad boy saves, but the first effort Smith Rowe had, he's got a score there. I thought he scored. That's one thing I wanted today was a Smith Rowe goal. But nice to see him and Nelson coming off the bench and getting minutes, really, you know. So, yeah, man, first and foremost, I have to give credit to our defenders, because when you win 4-0 and it's one-way traffic in the way it is, you're not really going to, you know, get on. You didn't really have too much to do. But I think the blocks that Gabriel and Saliba had to do, they did very well. I think Zinchenko had a good game. I think Benjamin White had a good game. I think there's elements of rust in Declan Rice's game, considering his injury, but he did well. I think Odegaard turned on the style. I think Havertz can take some confidence from this. I think Jesus, you could tell him and Nketiah, they're probably a bit frustrated and not getting enough chances, but you know, they did well in their own bits. The only thing that lets Eddie Nketiah down is probably that decision making in the final third, where he's overran an effort in the first half, tried to lace it with his left, ran into traffic, and then there was one where I think Odegaard set him on. It was 2 against 1. He got in between them. He's gone, and the touch just let him down. But Eddie Nketiah, in my opinion, did a lot of dirty work. As I said, big up Gabriel and Saliba. I think they were good today. I think Raya's passing and everything demanded of him. I think the whole defense really deserved their clean sheet, because there's performances that we play to this standard and we don't necessarily give them the clean sheet that they deserve. It's another game away from home where it leaves you scratching your head and saying, why isn't there elements of this when we're at the Emirates, people? I don't know. We'll have to talk about that. But it's nice to react and get 3 points. It's nice to obviously have that insurance policy in terms of a difficult, not only week, because we've got 48 hours now to recover physically. And then, you know, on Tuesday, we're going to have to play against Lens, and we got the big one on City against City. So, yeah, it's nice to see some players are getting back fit. It's nice to see there isn't any talking points in relation to injuries, with an asterisk next to Saka. Yeah, and I think it was a professional performance, if I'm honest with you, from us. I think we was very professional in that regards, in that, you know, they were, you know, give credit to Bournemouth, because in many ways, I think they're unfortunate. I think, you know, they definitely, when I last watched Bournemouth, they didn't play like that. They backed themselves in possession. They didn't really have any ideas in the final third, but I think they were playing out from the back well. They were fighting, you know, they were having shots, but again, final third letting them down. Their players are good on the ball. Gave away 2 stupid penalties as well, really. I'm not complaining, but the Max Aaron's one, I don't know what he's doing on Eddie Nketiah. I definitely don't know what Ryan Christie was doing with Odegaard there, and I don't know how he can dare ask the ref how that's not a pen. That was silly, but that's the risk you take when you dive in the box, and that's the difference between what them man were doing and when Saliba slid in the box to block an effort. That has to be the last option. You only do that if you're 100% sure you're going to win that. I did think Bournemouth generally in the game, on occasion, did a good job of forcing Jesus and Saka to play it backwards, even though I think they both had a good game. I don't know if I said it, but big up Zinchenko. I think Bournemouth came out, they were playing with, not with the swagger, but they had the bulk of the ball. It took us about 5-10 minutes to really get some sustained possession, knock the ball about. But since then, we managed the game well. I think towards the end of the first half, not shaky moments, but we were going to sleep a bit. I think we probably enjoyed the game a bit too much to the end. You know, we're probably forcing things, doing too many skills, but that's naturally going to happen. But generally, I think it was a professional performance. You know, I don't want to be that guy, because I do think us Arsenal fans, we waffle about refereeing and decisions a lot, even though we've got more penalties. Let's keep it up. Didn't understand how Havertz got a yellow card. I do, because it was a yellow card, but Max Aarons and Billing were getting away in that same incidents around that with murder. But it's nice to not waffle about the refs. Most importantly, clean performance. And I did like in the second half, it felt like we was putting Neto under a lot more sustained pressure. So yeah, man, you know, initially when we took the lead, I think we needed to create some more chances and put Neto under pressure, because there was a long period in that game I felt Zinchenko's volley was the one really the best effort. So yeah, man, it was obviously lovely to see Eddie and Nketiah have a hand in the first goal. I believe Odegaard and Saka as well. Big up to Jesus for keeping it alive. The second one, or the build up to it again, and Zinchenko's done well, and Nketiah's won the pen. It's been put home. Obviously, you know, the third, we've done what we've needed to do as well in that regards, and then we've added some icing on top of the cake with the fourth. It was lovely to see Havertz get to take the penalty. Lovely confidence from him to step up, and you hope that instills some confidence, and he arrives now. Lovely to see further salt put into the wounds with Benjamin White getting on the score sheet. So it's nice to be a bit ruthless, because in many ways, you know, there's times we'll go a goal up and we'll win 1-0 or 2 or maybe even 3, but it just feels like we could be a bit more ruthless. And I still think we could have even been a bit more ruthless in that regards, and maybe put them to the sword a lot more. If I was fine tuning it, I would say maybe decision making in the final third could be a lot better, but I think it was generally a professional performance. We managed the game well. We didn't have to exert too much pressure and do too much. So yeah, man, hopefully there's no injuries, there's no issues, and where Lens and Manchester City are concerned next week, we're good to go, really. You know, I would like to see Jesus back through the middle. I did want to see Reece Nelson start, but he came off the bench. Really, so yeah, man, let's hope Havertz can get some confidence. We got 3 points, we got a clean sheet. 4 goals is always going to help a bit of the goal difference. And, you know, we've got the insurance policy for the City game, you know, with 3 points going into it, and we've arrested what kind of was the errors against Spurs to a degree. It's lovely to react. So yeah, we just got to keep on going, man. We enjoy the rest of today, but tomorrow our attention shifts towards Lens and City. And if I'm not mistaken, we play City before the international break. So depending on the result and the performance, you never want to go into an international break with a defeat. So yeah, man, it was a good performance. I think everyone did well. Nice to see a couple players come off the bench. Nice to get a clean sheet and 3 points. We're laughing, innit? With that being said, let me know your own thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and the rest of it. Stay blessed, stay safe, people. I'm out.
There's always just that active red flag, defending.
I think it's like